Good afternoon, it's time once again for Battle Pope, the goal eradicate Christianity. And, don't want to blow my own horn here, but we're doing not too bad. Now, in the last session we destroyed Muscovy, and we stopped their colonial ambitions short at Pelm. We gifted it all to our loyal vassal Novgorod, who despite not having religious ideas, is doing a bang-up job of converting all that land. They even managed to convert Novgorod 7 base tax, and they still managed to rip right through it, so good job there. But once we were done with Muscovy, we were really on the timer to destroy the Commonwealth. Like a fool, I forgot to set them as a rival, so I didn't get all the delicious PP for taking all this land, but I still took it off them. I released the Teutonic Order, and even though it wasn't planned, we had our holy war on Brandenburg, and we decided to just go for it. Brandenburg slapped us silly, but we slap back even harder. And at the moment we're embroiled in a bit of a complex situation here, but we'll get it all figured out, won't we? Won't we? Things do look to be alright. Although, I can't really remember what I was actually going for in this war. Normally I write things down to try and keep my keep things at the forefront of my mind, but my notes here are a little useless. They don't tell me what I was meant to be doing. Take this and this and this and... Okay, well, one of the main things my notes seem to be telling me to do is fabricate claims on Denmark. And you know what? I can do that. Hopefully we'll get Holland de-sieged soon enough, and then we can start spreading out for the rest of this land. One issue is that our army is pathetically small. We need to build it up quite a bit more. We certainly have the economy to support it. However, we just don't have the available mercs, because most of our army is mercenary. Check that mercenary cost, 26 and another 6 on reinforcements. So I think we can safely let things just bubble away for a bit longer. Brandenburg's superhuman troops are all destroyed. That's interesting. I can't actually click here. It's part of the hitbox for the event. Alright, where are we looking at? Battle Pope HQ. This is the third time we have had agricultural revolution for a grain province. It used to fire all the time, and even more so when you had innovative, but it seems either it's not setting the flag correctly when you when you choose manpower, or we're just getting absurdly lucky here. In any case, we've already converted Battle Pope HQ, so there's no harm in putting the base tax even higher. And I just love high base tax because it's the only thing, well, tax income is the only thing that changes the size of the city on the map mode, and that really appeals to me. Speaking of, maybe I should be building some more buildings here. Yeah! And I am feeling a little uneasy about the lack of trade buildings here, and... It strikes me as rather odd why I haven't done this ages ago. I should have been building my trade buildings over here. And over here. But I am a complete and utter scrub, so I suppose it's a little expected that I would completely forget about trade. You know, the one thing that makes me rich around here. We can't do any further conversions, at least not any respectable rate, and there doesn't appear to be any missions worth taking. And now the chat is filling up with red, so I'll take a moment to look over and see if there's anything. Jake, Newmark, March Vassal, Brandenburg, not a chance. Vassalizing Brandenburg would be too good for them. I finally caught Jake streaming. How are you? Well, sausage Christ, I'm doing a-okay. Thank you very much. I don't have work until much later tonight, so there is bags of time for streaming today. We shall be taking gross advantage of that. I think one of the things I wanted to do was deal with Ansbach. Didn't I also want to deal with Tyrone, or was that a fabrication in my head? It's hard to say. Jake, you're not going to pick quantity. Will you pick aristocratic plus 25% manpower? I don't know. I think we're going to try and experiment with low manpower for a change. Because I have been using quantity as a crutch in almost all of my games. Rightfully so, it is the best idea group in the game. Okay, maybe that's pushing it a little too far, but it is an amazing idea group. There is no problem in this game that cannot be solved by throwing more troops at it. No, I really should not be having my my battle pope die like this. He didn't even have any siege. Jake, did you get a chance to play around with Anno? Not really. What did I even do last night? I think I loaded up Anno and went, why is there no tutorial? And then closed it. Okay, it's all coming back to me, my my plans and ambitions. And one of the worries is the aggressive expansion that I'm about to get, I will need to burn off. I would love to do it in the Hanau War, but I really need to annex you. But you won't let me annex you until that point in time. May as well transfer it over to Toulouse ahead of time, since they're both... Oh, that just skyrocketed the unrest. Oh well. That's excellent. Still want to do that though. And with a bit of luck I can deal with Ansbach as well. You would be happy with a white piece, which means you would be happy burning my aggressive expansion. But it remains to be seen whether or not we'll get that done quick enough. We use the barrier for troops getting in, hurting these vulnerable troops. Pile it on. Jake, play the campaign. It serves as a tutorial. Okay, I shall bear that one in mind. Still trying to figure out what in the world's going on here. I've got all this war going on. Maybe my notes will tell me something. Nope, that's all useless. Ah, that's something I want. I need Oldenburg destroyed. Do I have any free slots? I do not. But the Hansa would still give me access. That might be quite convenient for me. We'll just pay the extra cost. That's okay. And whilst I would love to flesh out religious even more, the rest of these ideas are little... Whoa, tolerance of true faith is never rubbish. The best kind of tolerance, to be sure. We'll get some troops over to Oldenburg, because I think I'm going to use them. Use and abuse them. I'm glad we got this land back. We'll help out with Romagna. Those are regular troops down there, which are a rarity in this campaign. And let's just get even more folks over here. Jake, make a note. Write non-useless notes. Yeah, I'll try to bear that one in mind as best I can. It's all coming together, and that frees up some cannon to throw up here, which is just grand. Alright, Brittany, are you ready to go yet? Yes, you are. The full annexation of Brittany is now. And it doesn't appear that they're starting up new colonies. Of course, they wouldn't. They don't have the money or the ability to make new ones. You know, now that it's later on, I am semi-tempted about having my own Caribbean Pope, but... No, that's not what I'm looking for. This is at colonial regions. Colonial Caribbean doesn't actually include any mainland. It would have been... No, it's unacceptable. It's got that border there. Alright. I don't think colonial states colonize outside of their colonial region. I think that's an AI rule. So I would have been safe if it weren't for Trinidad there. Which means goodbye, Brittany. I would quite like all your money as well, please. That's a lot of it. And it goes to Toulouse. And with that, Toulouse can continue doing their coring. seems they don't have the admin for it, but at least they're positive stability. No. You stay away from me. And this is also excellent. Sweden is ravaging Norway for me. With a bit of luck, they'll actually annex them. Save me the bother. Right, there we go. And with that, we should not need access to the Hansa anymore. And you folks can... what can you do? It's all fort level 2. So that's how we'll do it. Two viewers resubscribed while you're away. Well, that's a new notification that I haven't seen before, and I have no idea how to react to it. I don't know who they are. How am I meant to welcome them to this so-called family? Yeah, as expected, you're going for East Frisia. I'll dissuade you from going there. You'll probably stop on the 7th, and then I kill you. Dutch infighting. Not even... oh, okay. We've been bamboozled. Sorry, we'll catch them with those troops instead. Although I'd still want this siege to keep going, so we'll drop off a token force. And it is a bad day to be Brunswick. Jake, how long do you plan to keep Galicia around? Oh, I am improving relations. Well, not all that much longer. Just want to feed them Toledo and Barcelona, and we should be able to call it a day there. I really need Friesland as well. So many things could just be solved by having a lot more troops right now. Unfortunately, I have drained the manpower pool and the mercenary pool pretty dry. I don't think France can annex Hanau for quite a while, especially since they're having a little bit of trouble dealing with the Austrian invasion. Actually, perhaps it is Austria who should be having the trouble. Out-moraled, out-disciplined, out-tactic. Running somewhere that I can't get you. Right, as I was saying, the Friesland have to go. I need this province. I have the claim on it, so I shall make it mine. Now, I know I've claimed Venetia 2 or 3 times, but let's make it a 3rd or 4th time, because I do eventually want it, despite their chain of alliances. You're no longer necessary here. I'll get you over here. And this is good, our vassals making a move. This is not so good. These guys feel a bit vulnerable. Jake, maybe you should have taken some ideas that boost your mercenary pool. Every idea I've taken so far has been fairly necessary. Okay. Not sure if this is yet what I want to do with you, Ansbach, so we'll keep you around for just a little while longer, because I need to annex Oldenburg as well. Difficult, all these people. Right, Friesland and Oldenburg both need to go. Hopefully they go fairly quickly. Certainly have quite a concentrated siege force up there. Shenrir and Jake are streaming at the same moment. Why do you have to make this... Why do you have to make me make this choice, God? Okay. I should bite my tongue on that issue. Cowardly forces indeed. Harumph. No, we'll wait for the siege tick to go. It was inconclusive. And then we deal with you. Thanks, Livonia. They should hopefully wipe them for me. Sure, I'll have nowhere to go, because I'll take care of these two. Man, Germans, they do wriggle around a lot. Right, finally Holland is back in our possession. Let's just finish off these jokers. German ideas are pretty good, so it'll be nice to have a vassal that has those ideas. Now, I would like to deal with Saxe-Lauenburg, but they are already a vassal. Let's just get you guys out of there completely. No rebel problems in Novgorod, despite me thinking these relics would want to rise up by now. Maybe Novgorod didn't. Well, no, I would have seen the recent revolt malice bonus. This is acceptable. Obviously. So there's a lot of chat, and very often I miss out on quite a bit of it because it's very hard to keep up with, but I am a bit of a loser and I do read through it all. Keep it all logged and read through it once the time is gone. And one guy made me laugh in particular because he was saying that he lives in Sweden and he also applied for the Paradox job, and he had mixed feelings about me having taken his job away from him. Well, sorry guy. But in another more accurate way, not sorry guy. I got a conquest on Venice, but I want Friesland to fall right about now, please. Yep, right now. It's very tempting just to throw a huge number of men at it, but no, later. Two horrible things, but I think we'll lose the piety. It's not necessary at the moment. There's no grand conversions that need to happen. Tricky beggar. Didn't even see him coming there. But I'd rather not lose this siege. Could be a big ask, because artillery take double damage on the front line, and they are worthless in the shock phase. Make up for it in the fire, though. Pretty much ended these. Alright, Friesland's down. Get inside me. Full annexation. No questions asked. Although that's a lot of aggressive expansion. Well, that's what I'm doing. Aggressively expanding. Those seem to be the only Frisian nationalists that want to rise up, so I'm not too concerned about that. What we will do is we will turbo convert it before coring it, though, because it'll really lower the unrest that we're going to get there. If I can ever get this to work. No, that's not what I'm looking for, game. Is 2 enough? No. No, I can't be satisfied with just 2. Gee, at this rate I'm going to lose time by trying to do the multiple missionary glitch. Ah, we'll settle for 2. Bah humbug. Alright, Ansbach down as well. What we need is the rest of Friesland to fall, and then it's happy days. To the point where I'm willing to assault the guy. Good, that's not an Oldenburg corps. Oldenburg only have one foreign corps, it shouldn't be an issue. And we're not at war with Brunswick. And while we're at it, we have all these free diplomats where we should be fabricating these claims. Now, outside of Oldenburg, is there anyone else I'm wanting peace with? Savoy, Trier, Gelre, all worthless to me. Perhaps Ansbach. I'm still thinking about that one. Yes, probably Ansbach, which means I need to recall the Galician diplomat, because we have a lot to do and not a lot of time. Good, my mercenaries are still around. Have them over at Friesland to rest and re-energize. Call for peace, right on time, because we're about to make our peace. Am I ever going to want to core this province? It's going to give me unrest for a while if I don't. Well, it is cheap, isn't it? Yeah, it's in too convenient a location, because I need it for holy war in both Muscovy and the Commonwealth, so we'll get it cored up. Otherwise we'll get you full annexed. And you there, my friend. I want you to get rid of Wurzburg and become my vassal. That sounds acceptable, doesn't it? Maybe give me all your money as well, because that's how I roll. Don't forget Norway, Jake. Hey, there's only so much I can do at one time. Alright, we need about a week. Now, in this Brandenburg War, Croatia and Saxe-Lauenburg are of no use to us. I want Vorpommern for myself because it opens up a lot of claims that I can make since Holy Warring Denmark, which, well, actually, at this rate, if they manage to slaughter the Swedish, who no longer feel the effects of bankruptcy, they might do us a favour. Who's the good money on here? Sweden or Denmark, Norway? Well, as long as none of them are colonizing, but they will all have to die in the end. Yes, Vorpommern will need to remain for me, but the rest of this can go to the Teutons. Particularly their own core. Seems alright. But at the same time, just doesn't seem like enough. The trouble is, Teutonic Order are what? 31 base tax? Let's see. 4, 10, 20, 33 base tax. 43, 48. Yikes. 53 if I give them all that, which only gives me 6 spare base tax to give them. Yeah, a religious centre is probably the ideal place to give them. They'll be able to convert that without too much fuss. Would that be too much overextension? 10. 21. Yeah, that would be quite a lot of overextension for you. But you have a 5 admin leader with +2 stability. I think you can take it. You're a big guy, right? A lot of it is to do with weakening Brandenburg as well. And give me war reparations, just to rub it in. And yeah, we're cancelling that vassalage, even though it's a little expensive. Hey, I could have made them my vassal, but little use in that, is there? Because I already made Ansbach my vassal. Someone says annex Hansa. Oh, I would love to, and I probably will. So we'll take all this, but we'll give it a few days. 1, 2, 3 days to be precise. Been discovered fabricating. Oh well, what a pity. So I'm taking all this land off of you. Sounds good to me. And it's all free because it's Holy War. The papal jihad against Brandenburg. Just as history dictated. But we're not done yet because, let's face it, Hanau have done a tremendous job. And for that we shall give up Ansbach, our loyal vassal. Well done, you have defeated us. So, there we go. Wars are now over. And they were all just, so we have no aggressive expansion for such non-heinous acts. And although this opens up the ability to holy war the Hansa, I don't want to. That's the reason, or one of the many reasons, we took Friesland or Friesland, or maybe someone who lives there could tell me how I meant to pronounce that. Let's get this converted as well, and Pomeranian nationalists. No, forget it. If it revolts, we can deal with it. And yes, we're going to create Oldenburg as our subject now. And they have full religious ideas, including German ideas, so that's +4 conversion strength from ideas, which I think is pretty good. And a land connection between Holland and Friesland. It's all pretty good. Jake, Friesland. Friesland. Thank you. I will endeavour to forget. Alright, so doesn't fill me with confidence that he is not instantly coring this land. Teutonic Order. Perhaps he had only just teched up or bought an idea. In any case, he doesn't seem to have any admin spare, which is a little worrisome for me. So the question is, where do we go now? Well, it's unfortunate for them, but the Nordics have to die, and the Danish are very near the top of that list. Gee, you're not coring either. And my vassals hit their head. It is an important point, so I'm going to save and reload just in case it's something like that. 1 vassal with high admin, maybe. But 2 of them? I just want to be sure. Sometimes your AIs just hit their head and forget that they need to do things. Jake, you should start integrating vassals. You're over your relations limit. Well, that's not really too bad. It's just 1 Diplo point per month. And Diplo points are generally the most worthless. Friesland instead of land. Come on, Teutonic man, core that land. I would still really like to lay the beat down on these guys, but Austria would join in. Then again, is that really a problem? Austria seem to have their hands full right now. Well, is it really full if it's just fighting France?